So my mentor told me something that really hit hard. I mean, it hit hard like a ton of bricks. And he gave me an example. And he said, imagine that you were given a life that you were responsible for, and you had to protect that life like a little bitty baby, right? That's your mission, to protect that life. You got to do a few things for that life, right? We could say the P's, the 4 P's, right? One thing you got to do is you got to protect that life because it's so vulnerable and precious, and it needs to be protected. It can't protect itself. You have to protect that life. That means you got to go to war if need be, right? You got to shield it from the elements. You got to put a roof over its head. You got to, make sure that that life is protected until it gets to a point where it can do this on its own. You're responsible for that life. Another thing you got to do is you got to provide for that life. Right? Think again about a baby that can't go out and get what it needs to eat. Right? It can't go out and make money. It can't go out and hunt. It can't get its own clothes, can't build its own home. It needs you to provide for it. Make sure that it has everything it needs to survive. If it starves, it's on you. If it's naked, it's on you. If it has no home, it's on you, because it's your job to provide for that life. Another P that you're responsible for is problem solving. You have to problem solve for that life, because that life can't solve its own problems, at least not yet. So it needs somebody to solve the problems for it. See something coming down the road that's not going to be good for that life, you got to figure it out. If there's something that's harming that life, there's a problem, you got to figure it out, because you're responsible for that life. You're responsible for problem solving. And the last P is to profess. Now, when I say profess, I mean profess as in like love, care, affection. You have to profess these things to that life. Now, let's think about it, right? Because this is what hit me dead in my chest. He said, after you've thought about that, you need to understand that that life is you. You're the life that needs to be protected, provided for, have its problem solved, and looks like a little alligator, and profess nice things said about it. Right? There it is, big boy. All right? You're the one that needs to provide all of these things. You're responsible for giving yourself the 4 P's. You are that life. Now comes the hard part. Do you protect yourself as you should? Or are you Captain Save-'em or some superhero type, Superman, Wonder Woman, whatever, and feel like your only mission is to protect someone else? You think it's, the courageous thing to do, the valorous thing to do, to put others before yourself, right? Isn't that what we're taught? Put others before yourself. Isn't that the right thing to do? Jump in front of that bullet, protect someone else, right? Remember, your job is to protect that life. That life is you. And provide for that life. Maybe you should starve while everyone else eats, because that makes you a hero, right? You're a hero because you were willing to sacrifice yourself so that everybody else could be provided for. And problem solving. You got your own problems. But isn't it the great thing to do is to solve everybody else's problem? And everybody else walks away with their problem solved. And there you are with your problem staring you in the face. But you're a hero, though. That was the courageous thing to do. You sacrificed and solved everyone else's problems but your own. What are professing? Now, say if you love yourself and you say you love yourself, then that makes you arrogant, right? That makes you a problem. You are a self-centered individual. How dare you say those great things about yourself? Now, if you said them about somebody else and made everybody else feel good, isn't that the right thing to do? To make people happy? Make them feel good about themselves? Meanwhile, you might even be talking to yourself like you're worthless. Man, that's crazy. Right? So, protect, provide, problem solve, profess. You have one job. I like that. You had one job. Are you able to do that one job? Or are you doing everything but that job? You know, I like to say you can always add to, you just can't take away. But to put it all into context, think about this. If you can't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of someone else? Now, it might look like it's working for a time, just a little while. Heck, it might look like it's working for a long time. And then you might get a wake-up call and get surprised and realize that you're not doing all that great. Because you had one job. And you neglected that job. You had to protect that child. And you forgot that that child was you. If you do that job, that one job, it'll put you in a position to do the same for other people. But you got to take care of yourself first. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to go ahead and get my paddle on and enjoy some of this good nature out here. Right up on a couple water dogs. Alligators, water dogs. I call them water dogs. You know, maybe disturb the peace a little bit. In any case, do something to make yourself better. Because if I know anything, I know this. When you become a better person, your world becomes a better place. Peace.